ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಸಾರಾಂಶ. ಇದೊಂದು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದ ಕತೆ. ಒಂದು ಶಾಲೆಯ ಬಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದು, ತಾವು ಆಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ಗೋಲಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹುಡುಗ ಗೋಲಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಸಹ ಬೇಗನೆ ನೆನಪು ಹಾರುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಅವನ ಸ್ವಭಾವವೇ ವಿಚಿತ್ರವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅವನನ್ನು ಬಹಳ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗನೆಂದು ಕರೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಮತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈತನಿಗೆ ಮರೆಯುವ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾದರೂ ಹೇಗೆ ಎಂದುಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವನು ಕಲಿಯುತ್ತಿರುವ ಶಾಲೆ ನಿಸರ್ಗದ ಮಡಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಬಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕ ಹುಡುಗರು ವಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡುತ್ತಾ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಶನಿವಾರವನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಮರುದಿನ ರವಿವಾರವಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಈ ಕಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗನಿಗೆ ಹೆಸರಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನ ಸ್ವಭಾವವೇ ವಿಚಿತ್ರ. ಅವನು ತಂದೆಯನ್ನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ತಾಯಿಯೇ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಶನಿವಾರ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಮತ್ತು ರವಿವಾರ ತಾಯಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಗ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಕಾಲ ಕಳೆಯುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಉಳಿದ ದಿನ ವಸತಿ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಆಹಾರವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಅಂದು ಶನಿವಾರ ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ತರಗತಿಗಳು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾದವು. ಮೋಸ್ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕಿ ತನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಸುಂದರವಾದಂಥ ಬಣ್ಣಗಳ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಳು. ಯಾರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದುತ್ತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಳು. ನಂತರ ನಡೆದ ಗಣಿತ ತರಗತಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಬಾಲಕ ಮಲಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಮತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಬೇಗನೆ ನೆನಪು ಹಾರುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿನಲ್ಲಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡ. ಶನಿವಾರ ದಿನ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ತಾಯಿಯೂ ಸಹ ಅವನ ಬರುವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಾಯುತ್ತಾ ಅವನಿಗಿಷ್ಟವಾದ ಆಹಾರ ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಇಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಳು. ಅವನಿಗೆ 4 ಜನ ಗೆಳೆಯರಿದ್ದರು. ಅವರು ನೇಡ್, ರ್ಯಾಮ್, ಪೀಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗೋಪಾಲ್. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಶನಿವಾರ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಹಮ್ಮಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದರು. ನೇಡ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ನೋಡಲು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದ. ರ್ಯಾಮ್ ಐಸ್ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ, ಪೀಟರ್ ಕುದುರೆ ಸವಾರಿಗೆ, ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಮದುವೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಿದ್ದರು. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹುಡುಗ ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಲು ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದ. ನಿಸರ್ಗದ ಮಡಿಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡುತ್ತಾ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕಿಕೊಂಡು ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟ. ತಾಯಿಯು ತನಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಯುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಾಳೆ. ತಾನು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕೆಂದು ಹೊರಟ ಅವನಿಗೆ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಶಯ. ಯಾರೋ ಹೋಗಬೇಡ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಂತಾಯಿತು. ಆತನ ವೇಗ ಕಡಿಮೆಯಾಯಿತು. ದೂರ ನಿಂತು ತನ್ನ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ. ಮನೆಯ ಕಿಟಕಿಗಳು ಮುಚ್ಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದವು. ಅರಳಿ ನಿಂತ ಹೂಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಮುದುಡಿದವು. ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಪರದೆಗಳು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದವು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ನಿಂತ ಕಣ್ಣು ತುಂಬಿ ಬಂದವು. ತನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಯನ್ನು ತಾನು ಕಳೆದುಕೊಂಡ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಮರೆತು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ. ತದೇಕೆ ಚಿತ್ತದಿಂದ ಮನೆಯನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ. ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಮತೆ ಎದ್ದು ಕಾಣುತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಉಮ್ಮಳಿಸಿ ಬಂದ ದುಃಖ ಅವನ ಗಂಟಲನ್ನು ಬಿಗಿಗೊಳಿಸಿತು. ತಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಸವಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ತನ್ನ ಚಿಕ್ಕಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆ ಇರುತ್ತೇನೆಂಬುದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ನಿಸ್ಸಹಾಯಕನಾಗಿ ನಿಂತ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಅಶ್ರುತರ್ಪಣದ ಧಾರೆ ತಾನೇ ಹರಿಯಿತು. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಹೋಮ್. ಕೆವ್ಲಿನ್ ಸಿಯೋ. It is written by Kevlin C.O. The summary of Let's Go Home. The school bus was running. They were going to school in the school bus. Someone started talking about marbles. He was always so interested in marbles that as he listened, he began to forget everything. The talking about marbles was so interested and heart touching that he did not control him. As the advancement of the talking, his favor increased and so moto. He joined in the discussion, then he forgot completely. Afterwards, he did not know how he could have forgotten like that. But perhaps it was not so strange after all. Everyone had always said he was very sensitive and absent minded at this tender age. It was a strange quality of him. The school bus was entered into the school campus. It was created crushing sound as it rolled on a gravel. It was a familiar sound for them as they were in. There came the termination of their talking. They jumped out with their bags and boxes. At outside he stood waiting for the rest to come down. When the last boy was out, the school bus rolled out of the gates again. Then they went into the school. Someone said that he always liked Saturday because the next day is Sunday. He added and said that there was no day like Saturday. Even classes on Saturday was not as bad as on other days. For him, Saturday evening had a special liking. Mainly in the evening he made joke at home with his mother alone as he had lost his father. On other day there was always homework to do and dinner to prepare, but on Saturday both were free. His mother finished cooking early. He had only a little home to do. Saturday evening meant a lot to him. Class began at 8:30. As it was Saturday, the class began with reading. Miss Moss reminded the boys of 3 colored action postcards on her desk that went every Saturday to the first 3 boys who read best. It was an exciting period after the reading classes. Then came arithmetics. This class was good for him. He was always falling asleep and then having to write 50 lines. Then they had English, and that wound up Saturday morning. He had launched with the boarders and few others day scholars. He was such a sensitive boy, so that should have made him remember. But since the marbles in the bus he had completely forgotten and was so happy in the afternoon. They had history and geography, and as it was Saturday, they went to upstairs to spend the last hour. They had history and geography, and as it was Saturday, they went to upstairs to spend the last hours in the library. There he read a tale about how a clever young prince defeated a man-eating monster and escaped from his clutches. The story was very exciting and commercial. He thought he would tell it to his mother when he got home. Then the time came to go home. He did not take a bus with the rest of the day, scholars this time. He walked it with four other friends of him. They were Ned, Ram, Peter, and Gopal. As they walked along the road with the green and dicey covered hill on one and the railed off slope on the other. The sun was bright and warm. They talked and laughed a lot because today was Saturday and tomorrow Sunday. I picked up a blade of grass and nibbled at it, while Rams climbed a rule along with the railing. This evening, Ned was going to pictures, Ram was going for ice cream, Peter was going for horse riding, Gopal was going for wedding. As for himself, he was happy, so happy. He would go home, and after a quick wash, there would be a lemon pie on the table with a large slice ready on the plate for him. The thought made him want to hurry. They had reached the shortcut to his home. He bade farewell to them and picked his way down to the slope. But just before he started, he heard someone say, "But he doesn't live. He does not live." But he don't mind it because as he picked his way down the shortcut, his mind was so full and happy with the anticipation of home and his mother, the lemon pie, and the plants in the garden. After a little while, he saw the red roof bright in the sun, grinning wide and happy in the distance. In a little while more, he would see the white slides of the house and curtains flying in the windows, and his mother waiting and waving from the kitchen. But he had not gone very much further when all of a sudden, clear out of the blue, there was something wrong. He could feel it. It began whispering in his ear not to go. He slowed down to the snail's pace and then came to a dead stop. Then he saw that there were no flying curtains beckoning to him, and all the windows were closed. The flowers and the plants were growing weak in the pathetic sort of the way. All on the sudden he remembered that he was not living there any more, but up on the hills at his aunt's home, because his mother had died 1 week ago, leaving him alone. He did not decide what to do. He stood still, looking, not knowing anything. His throat became choked. Tears came into eyes and wanted to cry a lot, but he could not, could only cry quietly. This was the summary of Let's Go Home by Kevlin Seo.